Alright, it's Erev Shabbos, so we have to be very quick. Maybe we can get this whole daf done in 10 minutes. It's not that long. So today's daf for the Zarah is Lamed Beis. So we'll start at the bottom of Lamed Aleph. So it says Amar Le Shmuel. Oh, Amar of Yosef. That's where we'll start. Right. Hi, Chala the Shikr the Ramuasa b'Maravi. Bein Bay the Marve Bay. Ha Chala the Shikr the Ramuah. Vinegar made out of Aramean beer is prohibited if you get it from Arameans. The Marve Bay they're the Dayadi Nesech because they mix in wine sediments, and that's yain nesech. That's not kosher wine, so it makes it not kosher. The shmarim is their doy. Amar Ashi and mayotzer shari, but if it brings from a storehouse, it's kosher. Kevin the marve be misri sorry, because if they put meaning if it's old, they won't put the wine sediments in it because it would spoil the vinegar. Okay, weiter. Mishnah says so then you can assume there's no wine sediments in the vinegar, in the beer vinegar. So v'cheres hadriani. What is hadrianic earthenware? My hadriani. The Gemara asks, we're not allowed to use hadrianic earthenware. What does it mean that's hadrianic? Amar Yehuda Amar Shmuel cheres shel hadrinus Caesar. It's the earthenware of Hadrian Caesar. When Rashi says, when they go out to war, they would bring this with them. So Gemara says, Kiyasa Rav Dimi Amar Karka Besula Haisa Shaloi Avodah Adam Yolam. He said there was land that was never cultivated. The Avodah Natar, Hadrian came and cultivated and planted it, made very strong wine. So he placed the wine in new earthenware jugs. And the jugs would absorb the wine. Hadrian's men would break up the jugs, and they would take the shards with them on the campaigns, the military campaigns. So whenever they would get somewhere, they used this as a way that they could have easily portable wine, that the broken pieces of the jugs would they would soak in water and drink the water, and it would be like wine. It would have the flavor and the potency of the wine. Amar Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi v'rishon shalanu k'shlishi shalahen. And Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi said their wine was so good that our best wine is like is only as good as the wine that they had already soaked the shards 3 times, reconstituted wine just from the dried up wine. That's how good their wine was. V'boilahu ma'olismaich ben mekarimita. The question is, can you take these shards and hold up a bed with it? If the bed, it's kind of wobbly. Is that you're doing something? It's not drinking. Is that deriving benefit from a non-kosher wine? If it's just meaning it's aser b'hanoah, it's a hanoah. So is that called hanoah? Toshma. So let's hear what the rabbis say here. When Rabbi Yochanan disagreed and one forbade it and one permitted it. And the halacha is like the one who prohibited, because it's already you're deriving benefit from it. Meisvei, we have an argument against this. Hadar durin for rub kois shel akum Yain shel Yisrael kanesman. If there was kosher wine in a jar or a bottle, would seem to be made out of leather from a pagan, you cannot drink it, but you're allowed to derive benefit from it. So here it would seem that the same thing, once they are already the shards of the broken bottles, that shouldn't be Asr Bahanoah. The thing is, they could drink it. The question is, even if they could drink it, would they offer it to an idol? So, Heid Shimon ben Guda lefnei b'nai Shimon ben Gamliel, just because they're drinking it doesn't mean they're offering it to an idol. So, Shimon ben Guda said the name of Rabban Gamliel, Al Rabban Gamliel Shasim ben Abachai. The Rabban Gamliel himself, in an acre, an akai, would drink wine like this, but they said it was wrong. Noida shalakum, meaning kosher wine in a non-kosher leather flask. A non-kosher leather bottle. That when it comes to the flasks of an idol worshipper, that you can't even make a saddle for a donkey out of it because you're deriving benefit from a non-kosher wine, even though the wine has very little to do with it. So here you're keeping the non-kosher wine alive, so to speak, through another item, and Bryce says it's forbidden. But according to your reasoning, you shouldn't be allowed to buy jugs from idol worshippers. What's the difference of a leather flask or earthenware jug? I'm a Rava. So I said like this: so why do we care about a donkey making a saddle for a donkey? So maybe your own flask is going to split open. You're going to take the saddle off and take off the leather and sew it onto your own to patch it up. But if you say you're keeping alive so something's prohibited, why would earthenware jugs be permitted? So they answered, so with regular earthenware vessels, the wine is not a distinct entity, but the Hadrianic earthenware, they actually would reconstitute the wine, so it's an actual distinct entity. But the Brisa continues, the rabbis didn't agree with the leniency. Minhu, here we are. Minhi yain above boys shalakum. That wine that came in a leather bottle from a pagan, you can't drink it, but you can have benefit from it. Shimon ben Gedei lefnei b'nai Shimon ben Gamliel Rabban Gamliel sheshasim ben Ba'akav ha'idoloi. So a different brisa that says Shimon ben Gedei said in front of Rabban Gamliel's son that Rabban Gamliel did drink from it, and the rabbi said it was kosher. Why did it say they didn't agree in the first time? Kol siyasei. Shimon Guda's friends didn't agree with him. Rabban Gamliel's son said, "Yeah, that's right. My father would drink it, and it was kosher." But maybe you want to say Guda lechud, v'goideya lechud. We're talking about two different people. One is Ben Guda, and one's Ben Godeya. So talking with two different people, it's two different stories. All right, we're almost. I said it would be 10 minutes. We're already up to 9 minutes. I don't think we're going to make 10 minutes, but maybe 15. Aris levuven, about heart-pierced skins, leather made that you can see it was by the heart where the piercing was. What's a heart-pierced skin? That's where the skin of the animal was torn next to the heart. V'kader kimin aruba, and it's a round window-like opening. Yesh alev karet dam. If it has a crust of blood on it, aser, then it's prohibited. All right. So we go to our next stop. The next stop is pretty short, so we should be able to finish it in a few minutes. Ein lov koridam mutter, but if it doesn't have blood crusted on it, it's permitted. Rav Huna said, "Leishanu lo shaloi malacha." It's only if they didn't salt the skin. If he salted it, it's prohibited even if there is no blood, because the salt might have removed the blood, and so then you don't know if there was blood there, and they would have, used it to something was brought as a sacrifice to an idol. Rabbi Shimon and Gamliel said, "Bisman shekara shalei agol aser b'mashach muter." Rabbi Shimon and Gamliel said, if the incision made is round, then it's prohibited, but if it's long, if it's straight, then it's permitted. Rav Yosef from Rav Yehuda Amar Shmuel. Yosef names the name of Rav Yehuda and Shmuel halacha from Shimon and Gamliel. The halacha is like Rabbi Shimon and Gamliel. If it's a long cut, it's permitted. Amarle, because they would make the round cuts when they were bringing it to an idol. So, Amalei Abaya halacha b'klal pligi. So Abaya said, the fact that they said that the law follows Rabbi Shimon Gamliel, who was arguing with him when we make a statement, the law follows so and so. Usually he's arguing with someone. Who is he arguing with here? It's stated all by itself. So Yosef said to Abaya, what difference does that make? Amalei Gemar Marsa Tehei. It's not just a song. We're learning. We have a reason to learn. All right. Anyway, doesn't really answer that question. So whatever. We don't really have the answer to that. Basar nichnas la'akam mutter. Meat that's entering into an idol temple, a pagan temple. It's on its way in, you could still have benefit from it. Doesn't mean it's kosher, but you could have benefit. Mantana. Who's teaching this? Amar Rabbi Chia bar Abba, Amar Rabbi Yechanan, the like Rabbi Elazar, the Kabar Elazar, Damar Stamach Sheves Akam La'akam. So who's teaching this? Rabbi Chia bar Abba said the name Rabbi Yechanan. It's not Rabbi Elazar, because Rabbi Elazar said every thought that unless we specifically know that the pagan didn't have pagan worship in mind, then we can assume he had pagan worship in mind. That's how connected they were to their idols. However, we should be so connected to Hashem that we could say that Stam Achshevis Yisrael L'Gvaya. we should hopefully be on a level that any unspecified thought of a Jew should be in worship to our one true God. Weiter, the Mishnah says, that's just what I'm adding to it. But when it's on its way out of the pagan temple, then it's like it was already offered to an idol, even though they're just eating it. That's like a restaurant. That's what they used to do in ancient Rome. So my time, effectively, why can't you have benefit from it? It's impossible that it wasn't offered to an idol. Mani, who says this? Rabbi Yehuda ben Beseira. It's Rabbi Yehuda ben Beseira Desanya, because we learned in the Brisa, Rabbi Yehuda ben Beseira oil. How do we know that something that was offered to a pagan idol makes tumah? Everything that's under the same roof of it is tumah, like a dead body. In Psalm 106, verse 28, it says that they worshipped Baalpor and they ate the sacrifices of the dead. Dead sacrifices. So just as a corpse, if you're under the same roof, you're spiritually impure. So too, if you're under the same roof as anything that was offered as a sacrifice to a pagan idol, you're spiritually impure. This whole story with the wigs, whatever we paskin like that, they're different there's Chalukei Deis, but if we do hold it's Tekovis of the Zarah with the Indian wigs, it's a serious thing. The Mishnah goes weiter. Mishnah goes further. Holchen l'sarfus asurin l'seis v'leseisimoim. That if the pagans are on the way to an idolatrous pilgrimage, you can't do business with them. Amar Shmuel said, "Akam ha'ilach l'sarfus, v'licha asur the azul mighty kam l'akam v'chazar mutter." The might have a hava. So Shmuel said, "No, it's only when the pagan's on his way to the pilgrimage, because then he's going to go thank the idol for what he got. But on the way back, it's permitted, because whatever happened already happened. Yisrael ha'ilach l'sarfus." But if a Jew is on his way, God forbid, to go to a pagan pilgrimage, God forbid he should go to such a place. Balicha mutter. If he's on his way, you can do business with him. Dilma hadar bevlei azul, because he's probably going to change his mind and not go. So just because he's on his way doesn't mean he's going to go. We assume we judge him favorably that he's not going to go. But Chazorah aser, when he's on his way back, he's prohibited kevan davik b'madar hadar azul, because once he became a devotee of this idol, God forbid, he's going to go back and he's going to say that, he was successful in business because of that. So, all right, 16 and a half minutes. It's not as good as 10 minutes, but we managed. All right. Thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe, comment, and all the best. Take care.